All right, here's an example where we're being asked to use synthetic division to simplify this quotient. So we have our divisor in the numerator, our dividend in the divisor, dividend in the numerator, divisor in the denominator. Okay, so we're going to treat this like we did before. If this is my divisor in the denominator, I want to find out what value of x I'm actually supposed to use. So I like setting it up as x minus 2 equals 0. If I add 2, that tells me what value I need to use on the outside of my division bar. Okay, so we're going to use 2. So I draw my division bar upside down, and I have a 2 on the outside. Everything else will be either a coefficient or a constant of the dividend. So in this case, there is no coefficient in front of x to the third, so that's an invisible 1. So we're going to bring down 1. We also have -5. We need to use the sign, right? The correct sign here. So that's not just a 5, it's a -5. We bring over the next coefficient, which is a +5 this time. And then the final constant is -5. So we also bring that over. All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin the process. Remember that the first term, we just bring it down here. Then we're going to start to multiply. So we multiply 2 times 1, and that's going to give us our product right here underneath the -5. So 2 times 1 is just 2. We can go ahead and subtract or add -5 plus 2. That's going to give us -3. All right, now we repeat the process. All right, so we're going to take 2 times -3 this time. That's going to give us a -6. And that's the value that we're going to use right underneath. Okay, so that's going to be -6. So now we have 5 minus 6, which is actually the product. I'm sorry, the result will be -1. And then finally, we do this one last time. 2 times -1 gives us a product of -2. And that's going to go right underneath. So this is -2. So that means that we actually do have a remainder this time that's not 0. This will actually be -7. Okay, so we'll deal with this now that we do have a remainder. All right, so remember that this will become 1 and x to 1 power less than what we started with. So if we originally started with x to the third, now this is actually going to become x squared. So 1x power 2 minus 3. Instead of x squared, this is just x. And then we have -1. All right. So this is the quotient, but we still have a remainder. So we will then have to add -7 all over the original divisor, which is x minus 2. Okay. Or we could also write it as x squared minus 3x minus 1 minus 7 over x minus 2. All right. So this is probably a little bit cleaner. We can go ahead and box this one up, and this would be our quotient plus our remainder.